Right then guys, so after the success down on water meadows, which I'm well happy about what happened down here, to be honest with you. I still think we should have had more fish, but now I know it took me a lot of figuring out with rigs and stuff, and I left Steve to pretty much his own devices, because if not, he's never going to learn. It's what my uncle did with me, and there's enough information on the format page now for rigs and everything, and it all to do with depth at weed and depth at silt, and take it out into account and set your beads at the right height, which I did for him. You were right, you were set perfect, and then it was just about finding clear spots. Well, we found clear spots. Now, if it had been me and I'd have been Steve, I would have left the rods on the spot he had a take off, but that's his decision to make, I suppose. But I did say to him I would have had one in a gap. There was an island, and it came across, and then there was like a gap in the island, and to me it looked like a perfect transit area for carp. But the problem was it was shallow, so birds were a nightmare. They hooked 2 ducks, I think, there. So I would have just brought them back to the range I was fishing. That's where the clear patch were. There were a big bank of weed in margin, clear choddy area. Weed was probably 6-inch high, and then there was a massive bank of weed in between, just in front of the island at the other side. But as long as you took into account the 6-inch from the silt that your lead were going into, and the 6-inch from weed, which that's 12 inch, 2, 6, 12, so that ain't hard to work out. And then take into account for any that may be a little bit longer. So I went with the first bead, the top bead. I went with the bead halfway up my chod section, which was up my lead core, which was just over 2 foot. So when it come down, the lead going into the silt, which it was doing it margin, when you dropped it into margin, it went into the silt. So when it went in the lead went into the silt, it was up, shooting up to that second bead, and then it was still having time to just come down and sit nicely on top of weed. And I tested it in margins, it looked bang on with them white benoffies. And the first fully scaled was on a white benoffee, and then after that, that's when I started thinking, I think more bait is where to go, because I was fishing little bitty bits, and I just was thinking to myself, what am I doing? I normally fish up big amounts of bait. So I spotted quite a lot of bait. It was a 5 litre bucket full of just smashed up hemp that had been through a blender, which might not seem a lot, but 5 litres of crushed hemp, it's a fair bit of munga, that. And then to that, there was 2 kilo of crumb, and then 1.5 kilos of half broken baits that were putting out, not in the spod mix, but putting out in spawn, but on their own, so they were fluttering through water. Now that's what I had that fully scaled off, and once that fully scaled went, that one thing clicked in my head. Boom, get it on that area, on over 2 rods worth that, which what clearer area. So I put that bait onto them clearer areas, and then that were when common and other common come along. So now I'm going back down to it in a second, either first or second week in November. I'm telling you now, I love the place. Right, this is the mix that I've just made for tomorrow, because I need to make some more KBS up. So that's the actual stuff that will make. Isn't all that really is it's for smell and attraction. It's letting off bloodworm, bloodworm that's been in free forms, blended, a cloud, and whole bloodworm. And then it's also got krill in it, that's in dried milk krill, and also krill the CC model in a like a glug kind. But I've looked at all these in macro lens, and there's all krill and there's all bloodworm in both of them, so they ain't lying about quality of them. So that will be going in, and that there will make just over 3 kilo of bait. Now all food value will come from fishmeal base mix. So that's really just for attraction. So, and I've took the attraction down a little bit. I put a little bit less in this one because bites come on second night, but they come. So I've took it down just a little bit, not much, because I'm happy with what went on down there, but took it down a little bit, just on off chance they might think it's washed out. But I genuinely, they were on that feed. The mat was covered in fucking shit, yellow, white and brown. So it had been that big common had munched on every single bit I'd put out there. The yellow pineapple and butyric, the white pineapple and butyric, and then this KBS in crumb foam. It were all over the place, absolutely. In fact, the sling smells of that today, strong as well. It's so that will be getting done tomorrow because I'm out now. I'm out of bed. Freezer now. And that's actually krill. So there's just under 2 kilo of bait. So I don't think I'm gonna have any bait for a while. I'm gonna roll some tomorrow. Like then particles are getting took to Langworth on next week. I'm not sure what day. They're getting took to Langworth. And then we've got that's prepared a tiger nut that's been soaked in coconut milk, and the exact same with this peanut crumb that's also been soaked in tiger nut. And then once it's dried, which it'll be dried tomorrow, I'll put a little bit of hemp oil on it. But that's about it, guys. Cheers, see you later.